I have a PhD and I'm a physiotherapist. I'm currently a postdoctoral researcher, and I have spent years studying, publishing, working in the clinical arena, working in corporate, researching, contributing to my profession. But financially, I still felt stuck. I still feel stuck. And I know that probably sounds a bit ungrateful to say out loud because technically and on paper, my life looks good. I have the family, I have the career, I've made it. I work from home and I have my children around me. But even when I'm physically present, I'm actually very much absent because I'm constantly saying, Mommy's here, but I can't look right now. Just give me 5 more minutes. And I say that, and give me 5 more minutes probably ends up being 30 minutes an hour. Or I'm busy working right now. And then one day it hit me. I did everything right? The degrees, the publications, the career path, and somehow I still built a life where I'm exhausted, underpaid, and mentally unavailable to the people that I love the most. What's wild is that there are physiotherapists that are working in the clinical field without a PhD that are earning twice, thrice, even 5 times more than I earn as a postdoctoral researcher. They don't have the PhD, they don't have the years of research. They do not have additional degrees, and yet they are earning a lot more. And I'm not saying money is everything, but there comes a point where you think, you've done all of this work. Surely you need to be compensated accordingly. And I also want to add that I don't necessarily think, or I'm not of the opinion that academia has no value. Or being a physiotherapist is the worst job in the world. But I had to be honest with myself. This path is costing me more than just money. Now, here's where this video is probably different than any other online business video you've seen before. I haven't made a single cent yet. I've chosen this new system and I haven't made any money yet. And honestly, I think that's exactly the reason why you should stay tuned and why you should watch this. Because what's going to happen is I'm going to be documenting exactly how this is going to pan out. When a highly educated overthinker stops trying to reinvent everything and finally just follows a pre-built blueprint. I think one of the hardest things about being a professional, highly educated person is that we become very good at complicating things. And especially if you come from academia, especially if you are generally an analytical person. We are trained to critique, we are trained to analyze, we are trained to find the gaps, improve systems, improve outcomes, question everything, find the evidence. And then this sounds really smart until you try to build an online business or something online. And here's the catch. I've actually tried digital marketing before. And every single time, I kid you not, I overcomplicated it. I would buy a course, then immediately start changing the strategy. I'd spend hours trying to optimize things to make things work for me before I'd even implemented the basics. I treated every opportunity like a research project instead of treating it like a business. I've got no entrepreneurial skills. I've got no entrepreneurial background. So this was very challenging for me. And then I finally realized my intelligence wasn't helping me execute. I was just messing everything up. It was helping me avoiding simplicity. So this time I made a decision. And that's why I want you to come along. I'm not going to reinvent anything. I'm not building from scratch, although I'm starting over. And I'm not trying to prove how smart I am. I wanted a system that was already working so that my only job was implementation. So this is a digital magnetic system. It's essentially a pre-built digital online business tool or model. And the reason I chose this specifically is because I don't have time to build everything from scratch. I thought, even with the models that I've bought, that it's going to be quick, but I turned it into something that was much more than what I needed to do. So this time I'm doing things differently. I'm not overcomplicating. I'm not building from scratch. I don't have the time to build from zero anymore. And the part that made logical sense to me was this. The infrastructure already existed. So the website is built, the funnel is built, and the funnel refers to how people get to be introduced to you. The email automation is built, the product delivery is built, everything is already done for you. Which means instead of the 8 months learning tech and learning how to set everything up and learning how to actually go about doing this online thing, my job becomes learning one skill, and that is traffic. Actually go about doing this online thing, my job becomes learning one skill, and that is traffic. Getting people to see this information, to see this model, and to check it out for themselves.
The training is incredibly straightforward and very accessible and very clear. So it makes life a lot easier for you to just get started.
So the product itself is $497, and affiliates earn 90% commission. So if you buy this product, you become an affiliate. You don't have to resell it, but you can. And then what is really great about this is instead of having to make thousands of sales, so a relatively small number of sales can make a meaningful additional income. For example, 10 sales is about $4,400. And for a South African person, for a household of 5, that is a very significant amount of money. And I think the most important thing here for me is, personally, this only works if it fits into real life. I am not trying to become a full-time influencer. Nope. I'm trying to build an online income stream in just under 2 hours a day. And this while still being a present mom and continuing alongside my career. Maybe this works. Maybe this doesn't, but either way, I'm going to be documenting this honestly. And I want you to keep me accountable. So I'm not going to give you any fake screenshots. I am not going to pretend that I've already made millions. I am just a highly educated mom trying to build something different without burning a life down in the process. So if you're also someone who feels intelligent on paper, I mean, you probably are very intelligent if you're watching this, but you feel trapped inside a system that no longer matches the effort you put in, please subscribe, because I think this experiment is going to be very interesting.